Let's talk about character dining. There are 12 different character dining locations in Disney World, and we're just going to go through each one just so you can have an idea of all the different ones that you can choose from. But before we get into it, I did just want to introduce myself in case you're new here. My name is Allison, and here at my channel, I like to make all different types of Disney World content, including vlogs from our own family vacation. So if that sounds like content you love to see, definitely hit that red subscribe button, and let's get into the rest of the video. So just before we get into it, I did just want to mention that I have not been to every single character dining location on this list. So this isn't going to be really much of a review on all of them. I will let you know what I thought about the ones that we did go to, but let's go into the character dining locations at the resorts, not in the park. Some people don't even realize that there are actually a ton of character dining locations in the resorts, which really make it a great thing for you to do when you're having an off-park day, whether you're having a rest day or a resort day. Some people don't like to waste some of their park time while doing a character meal, because these meals do tend to take quite a long time. You should really put like 2 hours of possible time from checking in, making sure you're seeing all the characters as they go through, eating your meal. So some people would rather do the character dining on a rest day. So we're going to talk about the ones that are at the resorts. So let's first talk about the ones on the monorail resorts. So let's first start with the Contemporary, which has probably one of the most well-known Mickey and Friends character dining location, which is Chef Mickey's. Now, this one, for some reason, gets a lot of slack. Some people really don't like this restaurant. We went and we actually loved this one. I loved being able to see all the Fab Five. Of course, they're missing Daisy, but you do get to see Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy, and Pluto all at once. And what makes it also really cool is that you're in the Contemporary and you're seeing the monorail go through while you're eating, which just adds another level of Disney World magic to it, I felt. I will say that my family does tend to prefer doing the breakfast character dining meals, mainly because number one, it's cheaper. And number two, it's hard to get breakfast wrong. If you're getting breakfast wrong and it doesn't taste good, we have some other problems. But a lot of the time, lunch and dinner foods can kind of be hit or miss, especially with picky eaters. So we always just find that, especially in like a buffet setting where food is kind of sitting out a little bit longer, having the Mickey waffles and breakfast items, it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference. So that's our own opinion. I haven't done any character dining outside of breakfast, so I really can't say for sure, but we do tend to go just for breakfast time. But we really enjoyed Chef Mickey. We enjoyed the food, the drinks were good, again, seeing the characters. So this one, if you've never been, definitely go and check it out. Okay, moving along the monorail line, we're going to go into the Grand Floridian, and here we can find 1900 Park Fair. Now, this actually got shut down during COVID times, and it's now back, but it's different. So the characters are different, the atmosphere is different. Now it seems that they're doing kind of like a wishes theme here. So they have characters here that I guess make wishes during their films. So we have Aladdin, we have Princess Tiana, Mirabelle, and Cinderella. So why they didn't put Asha from Wish in here will always confuse me, because this is just, it would be perfect for Asha, even just to give her a little bit more recognition. But anyway, so we did go to this one on our last trip, and we also really enjoyed this one as well. The food was really good. The character interactions were great. For us, it was a lot less crowded than some of the other ones we've gone to. So that was nice. It could have just been the day and time that we were there, but that was really nice. And one thing to keep in mind about the these character dinings in the resorts is that they usually are only available for breakfast and dinner. There's really no like early afternoon timing. Breakfast usually ends between 11:30 and 12:30, and then it doesn't pick up again until 5 o'clock for dinner. And this is only some of them. Some of the ones that we're going to talk about are only available for breakfast or only available for dinner. So definitely keep that in mind when you're thinking about which one you want to go to. So next we're going to go to Ohana at Polynesian, and this character dining has Lilo and Stitch, Mickey, and Pluto. And this character dining is actually only available for breakfast. Ohana just turns into a regular restaurant for dinner time. So if you're wanting to go to Ohana for a character dining, make sure that you know that it's only going to be for breakfast. So this restaurant is going to be family style, all you care to enjoy family style. So the difference between that and a buffet is that instead of going up and getting your food, they come to your table and they give you a bunch of food, and then you can ask for more of some of the food that's going to be on your table. So if you eat all the Mickey waffles that are on, in the middle of the table, you can ask for more. So it's similar to a buffet, except you don't have to get up and go and get your own food, which is nice. So now we're going to go over to Wilderness Lodge, and they have storybook dining at Artist Point. And this is a very unique character dining experience because number one, it's only available for dinner time, which is a little bit different because a lot of character dining meals are either just breakfast or breakfast and dinner. Not many are only for dinner time. So this is definitely something to think about when you are planning your day, is that these are only available for dinner hours. And here you're going to be able to meet Snow White, Dopey, Grumpy, and the Evil Queen. This is a very unique meal, and it's actually a signature dining location, which means it's going to be more money. And if you do have the dining plan, it's going to be 2 credits on your dining plan instead of just 1 for dinner. So this is definitely also something to think about. We did not go to this one. The reason being, we even stayed at Wilderness Lodge and we didn't go to this one. And the reason for that was because my kids, especially, are very picky eaters. And the menu just didn't seem to, cater to what they would like. I know that a lot of times you can ask for food that's not on the menu, but I just really didn't want to do that. And also it was very expensive. I really didn't want to be spending that kind of money for chicken tenders for my kids. So I definitely will, come back around to this one when my kids are a little bit older and willing to eat some more foods. So now we're going to head on over to the boardwalk at Beach Club Resort, and here we're going to find Cape May Cafe. Now this is a character dining meal that is only available for breakfast, and here it's going to be Minnie's Breakfast Beach Bash. So you're going to find Minnie, Daisy, Donald, and Goofy all in their beachwear. And so this one is also a buffet dining. And again, like I think I mentioned already that it's only available for breakfast. Cape May Cafe turns into a regular restaurant for dinner, again, like the other one. So make sure you keep that in mind if you're going to do breakfast. We are actually going to this one on our next trip coming up soon. So if you want to check this one out, I'm definitely going to do a review and film some content for that. So definitely subscribe so you don't miss out on all that. But I know that this one is a buffet, and we're very excited to try this one out. And the last one that we are going to get to for the resorts is going to be Topolino's Terrace at the Riviera. Now, again, this one is only for breakfast. Topolino's turns into a regular restaurant for dinner time. And this one is going to feature Minnie, Mickey, Donald, and Daisy. And they're going to be in, this one's kind of like French themed. Again, this is another one that we decided not to do, even though it seems really good for my husband and I. But the menu just didn't seem right for my kids. This one is actually a prefixed a la carte menu, meaning you pay a certain price and then you get to choose what your entrees are. So this is just another, my husband and I go back and forth about, spending money on these types of restaurants. And we decided that if we're going to be doing a character meal, we'd rather have a buffet option or the family style, all you care to enjoy. Because if you're spending this much money, sometimes sometimes, you know, we want to make sure it's worth the cost. So for Topolino's, it's even more than the buffets, and you only get one entree. So we just decided against this one, even though it does look really good and I've heard really good things about it. Maybe someday we'll do it, but if it's on your list, definitely give this one a try. All right, so now we're going to head into the parks for the character dining locations in the parks. So each park has at least one character dining location. We're going to start in Magic Kingdom, and we're going to start at Crystal Palace, which is a buffet, and it features Pooh and Friends. And we did go to this one the last time we went, and we absolutely loved it. They have the famous churro waffles, which are really, really good. They're really good. It makes me want to go back there just for the churro waffles. But in the beginning of this video, I mentioned that a lot of people don't like to take up a lot of their park time with dining, and we did do that, and we did find that it is true. It does take up a lot of your park time. So if you're only going to the park one day, you know, you're only going to Magic Kingdom one day, really think about if you want to use that time in a character dining location. If you are, a good way to kind of get around this is going really early in the morning, you know, having like that first reservation, and then you actually get to go into the park before anybody else to get that reservation. And then, you know, you can go on and have the rest of your day. So that is a way to do it in the restaurants in the parks. So then also in Magic Kingdom, we of course have Cinderella's Royal Table, that very fancy meal that's going to be in the castle. This is going to feature Cinderella and some of her princess friends. They do tend to rotate these princesses in and out sometimes. So I'm just going to say that it's Cinderella and some princess friends. But this is going to be an a la carte meal that's prefixed, and I do believe that this one, you have to pay for this one in advance. So when you are making your dining reservations for Cinderella's Royal Table, which do book up really fast, so make sure that you are on point if you really want to go here, you have to pay for this ahead of time. So when you make your reservations, you're paying for your meal. So make sure that this is really what you want to do. It is very expensive. It's another signature dining meal, and this one also is not a buffet. It's an a la carte. It's that prefixed menu where you're going to choose an entree and dessert and all of that for your prefixed price. So we're gonna head on over to Animal Kingdom, and we're gonna go to Tusker House. Now this is another Mickey and Friends restaurant. We did go here our last trip as well. I will say that so many people talk very highly about this restaurant, and it didn't really sit well with us. We really didn't like the layout of the buffet. It was kind of hard to like get around. The character interactions were great, but other than that, we're probably never going to go back to this one. The food was fine. It was just not, we actually preferred Chef Mickey's over Tusker House, which I know is an unpopular thing to say, but that's just the experience we had. I don't know if maybe it was an off day or something, but we definitely didn't like the way that the buffet was laid out. We found that the other ones, Crystal Palace, 1900 Park Fair, Chef Mickey, they were very easy to get around, make sure you got to everything. When we were leaving Tusker House, I realized that I didn't even get to a section of the buffet. I didn't even I just kind of walked right by it. So that is, that's the experience we had at Tusker House. But, again, definitely give it a try if it's something that you want to do. And here you're going to find Mickey, Donald, Goofy, and Daisy. Now over in EPCOT, we have Garden Grill, which is a very unique restaurant. It actually turns as you're eating. It has Mickey, Pluto, Chip, and Dale. This is the only place where you're going to find Chip and Dale at a restaurant. And what's also cool about this restaurant is the vegetables and things that they grow in the greenhouse. If you're going through Living with the Land, they actually serve a lot of these foods at Garden Grill, which is a very unique, interesting thing. And you can actually see a lot of those plants and stuff as you're spinning around. This is an family style, all you care to enjoy. Obviously with a spinning restaurant, they don't want people up and moving around at a buffet. So this one is going to be, again, family style. And if you want anything that is on your plate, if you want more of it, you can always ask for more. So that's another one of those. And then also over in Epcot, we have Akershus Royal Banquet Hall, which is another princess dining opportunity. Again, a lot of these princesses rotate out, but you're usually going to see like Ariel, Aurora, Belle, a lot of the, they might just switch out a couple every now and then, but this one is also family style. And again, this is another one that we have chosen not to go to, even though my daughter loves princesses. This one, the menu didn't look right for us. Again, I have very picky kids, so this one just wasn't going to work for us. We just didn't think that spending that kind of money for our kids potentially not to eat anything was not really worth it. So we definitely decided to skip this one, but I know a lot of people love this one, and it's a lot less expensive than Cinderella's Royal Table. So if you are looking for a princess dining experience, this one might be another great option. As well as 1900 Park Fair does have Cinderella and Tiana, but you're not going to get all of the princesses at 1900 Park Fair like you would at Akershus. So this one could definitely be worth it for you if you think your kids will eat the food that's there. And last up, we are heading over to Hollywood Studios to Hollywood and Vine, which kind of has recently changed. You used to be able to dine with Disney Junior friends for breakfast, but Disney has kind of gone away with that, and now we are having Minnie and friends for both breakfast and dinner. And what's fun about Hollywood and Vine is that during the year with different seasons, Halloween, Christmas, springtime, this kind of themed towards those times. So Minnie and her friends will be kind of dressed up differently depending on when you are going, which is really cool. That used to be only available for like the dinner times. So I'm not really sure if they're doing that, themed the whole time now, if it's breakfast as well. So definitely have to check into that. But that is it. That is all the different character dining locations all throughout Disney World. Definitely leave your favorite down in the comments, or which ones that you are planning to go to or want to go to. Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if it helped you out in any way. And until next time.